What is up, football fans, and welcome to Tim Reynolds Show's Week 5 Thursday Night Football review as my Tampa Bay Buccaneers were taking on the Atlanta Falcons in the first game in prime time to kick off Week 5 of the 2024 NFL season. And man, did we have one heck of a football game, folks, as we just got done doing a live stream. And man, the Atlanta Falcons were able to pull off the victory in overtime against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 36-30. And let's let you guys know how it all happened. And we'll start in the first quarter where we would see the Atlanta Falcons go up 7-0 early on in this one. An 18-yard TD pass from Kirk Cousins to Drake London. And man, did Drake London have one heck of a game in this one, folks, as we'll get to the stats later towards the end of the game, as Kirk Cousins also had one hell of a game in this one passing the ball. And then we would see shortly after that, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tie it up in the first quarter as Mike Evans catches a 2-yard TD pass from Baker Mayfield. And this is Mike Evans' 100th career touchdown in his NFL career. Congratulations to Mike Evans on making another big milestone, especially after last week when he became the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all-time franchise leading scorer. And then after this one, we would see Shane McLaughlin hit a 53-yard field goal near the end of the first quarter to give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a 10-7 lead after the first quarter. In the second quarter, we would see a 24-yard touchdown pass to Darnell Mooney from Kirk Cousins as the Atlanta Falcons will go up 14-0, and then we would see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers respond with a 23-yard touchdown pass to Mike Evans from Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans' second touchdown catch of the game. And then we would see Younghoe Koo hit a 54-yard field goal to tie it all up at 17, and then Sterling Shepard would catch Baker Mayfield's third touchdown pass of the first half as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would go up 24-17 at halftime. Now in the third quarter, we would see both teams exchange field goals, making it 27-20 at the end of the third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, this is where things got crazy, folks, as we would see Darnell Mooney catch a 12-yard TD pass from Kirk Cousins to tie it up at 27-27, and then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would drive right down the field to get a 53-yard field goal to take a 30-27 lead. But on the last drive of the game, let's actually get to the end of the game here, okay? We would see the Atlanta Falcons actually turn the ball over near the end of the game, an interception from Lavonte David that looked to seal the win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers late in this one. But we would see on the next exchange that Bucky Irving would actually fumble the football, and we would see them give the ball back right to the Atlanta Falcons. Now, keep in mind, after this fumble happened, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were able to stop them on defense and get back on the field and have a chance to run the clock out. If they're able to do so, or at least kick a field goal, they go up by a touchdown rather than only up by 3 points. Now, let me give you guys the picture here. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers get the ball, and they're inside the Atlanta Falcons territory after the turnover from Lavonte David. So, the Bucky Irving fumble sounds like it won't be that bad because actually the Lavonte David interception came after that fumble per se, right? But on that next drive, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get called for a holding call. They get pushed back to 1st and 20, and then they're not able to actually kick a field goal because they're pushed out of field goal range, and then they're forced to punt it to the Atlanta Falcons with just over 2 minutes left to go in the game. And what does Kirk Cousins do? He marches right down the field. He gets them down into field goal range and spikes the ball with 1 second left in the game, and then Younghoe Koo kicks a 52-yard field goal to send it into overtime. This after there was a delay of game from the Atlanta Falcons, which pushed it to be a 50-yard plus field goal. And Koo, of course, hits it, gives them the chance in overtime. And then we see Kadero Hodge. Man, his second catch of the day goes for 45 yards straight to the house in overtime as Kirk Cousins wins it for the Atlanta Falcons 36-30 in overtime, as my Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense just couldn't stop them there at the end, and the offense just couldn't control the ball late and be able to run out the clock, so we wouldn't even really have overtime, as the Atlanta Falcons were able to score 2 field goals there, or the 10 points there in the fourth quarter to tie it up. It's a tough loss for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but man, you got to give it to Kirk Cousins and them boys. As we'll go to the stats here, guys, now, Kirk Cousins sets an Atlanta Falcons record not only for 58 passing attempts in a game, the most ever for an Atlanta Falcons quarterback, but he also throws the most ever passing yards in a single game for an Atlanta Falcons quarterback, as he has 509 yards passing and 4 touchdown passes through the day, and that 1 interception that he threw to Lavonte David late in the game that really could have sealed it for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then we would see Drake London have a breakout game in this one. I believe this is his best game of his career thus far. 12 catches for 154 yards and a touchdown in this one. We also see Darnell Mooney have a very, very nice day. 9 catches for 105 yards and 2 TDs. And how about Kyle Pitts? The University of Florida alum finally has a breakout game this year as he has 7 catches for 88 yards to help out the Atlanta Falcons offense. And let's not forget about Kadarius Hodges. That's right, 2 catches, 67 yards, and the game-winning touchdown in overtime. Tough. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers held the Atlanta Falcons to only 73 yards rushing on the day, but it didn't matter. They were able to throw the football all over the football field, all over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. Going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense here and what Baker Mayfield and the boys were able to do. Baker Mayfield finishes this game 19 for 24 for 180 yards and 3 touchdowns in this game. A pretty good game for him overall stats-wise, but I know it was a really, really bad control of the football late for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense as they really wish they could have ran the football out, which I really do think they could have. As we see Rachaad White have his best game of the year on the ground as he has 10 carries for 72 yards. 7.2 yards per carry is his best of the season thus far. And then Bucky Irving, 9 carries for 44 yards, almost 5 yards per clip per carry, but has that crucial fumble near the end of the game in the fourth quarter, a costly fumble for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then also, Baker Mayfield has 6 rushes for 42 yards to really help his team out as he was under duress, especially a lot in the second half, and was able to scramble and make some better plays and positive plays out of those certain things. Chris Godwin has 5 catches for 64 yards in this one. Mike Evans catches the 2 touchdown passes and goes for 5 catches and 62 yards in this one. Congratulations to Mike Evans once again as he records his 100th touchdown of his NFL career. A big accomplishment there for Mike Evans. Also, Cade Otton, 3 catches for 44 yards in this one. And that's about it for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense as they really weren't able to get anything going there in the fourth quarter. Only 3 points scored in the fourth quarter. Should have had at least 6. That would have been able to get them the win in this one. But the Atlanta Falcons come out on top and now have the division lead in the NFC South. Now, what does this mean going forward for both teams? Well, we'll look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers schedule next week, 10-13 on Sunday. They'll be taking on the New Orleans Saints at New Orleans, and that'll be their next matchup coming up in the 2024 NFL season in Week 6. And the Atlanta Falcons, they got the Carolina Panthers up next Sunday at Carolina. So the Atlanta Falcons will definitely be looking to move up in the NFC South with that matchup with the poor Carolina Panthers. So this has been your Week 5 Thursday Night Football review from Tim Reynolds Show as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers unfortunately lose this one in overtime to the Atlanta Falcons 36-30. A tough loss for a Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that I just really would have thought would show a little bit more grit and a little bit more clutch there in the last parts of this game. But, man, you just got to give it to the Atlanta Falcons, man. How about Kirk Cousins doing what he does? Kirk Chains. Pretty much I know after this one, he's saying, do you like that, Tampa Bay Bucks? Just like he did when he was with the Washington Commanders. Tough day, but hey, plenty of football left to play, Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. Congratulations, Atlanta Falcons fans. You finally got yourselves a quarterback, as he's really the reason why you guys have won these 3 games thus far this year. As a lot of people could have been saying in the media and thus far, the Atlanta Falcons could easily be 0-5 or 5-0 right now, but I'm sure there's a lot of other teams that could say the same thing, as the Atlanta Falcons look like a team to be reckoned with in the 2024 season, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to look to prove all the doubters wrong, as people have yet to jump on the Buccaneers bandwagon, and I can imagine so with the inconsistency here. They come out hot in the first half and just are not able to do anything really good in the second half, not able to get a touchdown to pull away in this one, as I think the injuries there, especially in the secondary, really caught up to the Buccaneers. Once Jordan Whitehead went out with an injury, that was a big loss there for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But hey, on to week 6 next week for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Thank you guys so much for checking out Tim Reynolds Show. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and check out Tim Reynolds Show for more NFL content and news throughout the week and throughout the 2024 NFL season. And please make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me guys know what you think about in the comments. You know, I love hearing you guys' feedback. Thank you guys so much for helping grow this small sports channel of this guy right here who's trying to live his dream of becoming a YouTuber and growing a sports entertainment channel. I appreciate you guys. So be sure to check out Tim Reynolds Show's other content as far as NASCAR race reviews, my my WWE show reviews after every Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. And be sure to check out Tim Reynolds Show's football content, not only for college football, but for NFL and for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all throughout the 2024 NFL season. Thank you guys so much. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy the rest of NFL Week 5 this upcoming Sunday. Peace up, guys.